Good afternoon, NGTC family. Hope everybody's doing well. It's another beautiful day outside. You know, one thing we can be thankful for is if we were stuck inside for a month or two like we are, and the weather was terrible every day, wouldn't that be horrible? At least with the weather nice, we can go outside and do some jumping jacks or run around or ride our bike a little bit. Just make sure you're wearing your helmet, you're asking your parents, and you stay safe, okay? Well, hey, you're of course not outside, you're in gymnastics class. Well, our virtual gymnastics class. We can't exactly have you in the gym right now. It's not that we don't want you in the gym, we can't wait for you to get back in the gym. Trust me, we're driving ourselves crazy teaching a camera. I know, you guys watch it, but still, all we get to see is the camera. So that being said, we want to make sure that when you guys get back, we can level up. We can do more than what you could do when you were in the gym each week beforehand, okay? Now, a lot of you doing your online classes, you're gonna have a lot of makeups. Some of those makeups you could trade in for open gyms. And of course at Open Gym, I'm almost always there. You can have the run of the place and you can do almost anything you want. And there's usually several of us there that can help teach you. Now, it's not a class, so I can't guarantee you that you're gonna get good instruction at an Open Gym or any instruction at an Open Gym, but we'll try. If we have time and we're not busy, we will gladly help you guys out and teach some skills at Open Gyms. So, for now, we're gonna do some things in your house. We wanna make sure that you have the ability to do these things that we're gonna ask and do them safely. So there's not little brother around or your kitty or your little puppy, anything that you're gonna hurt. You don't want a coffee table there that you're gonna bash your foot on or your head or anything else. So if you have some open room, maybe you have a mat or something you can put down, or even some soft pillows would work, then you're gonna be ready to go and we can get started. We're gonna start out with 1 minute of high knees. Now, we remember high knees. Boom, boom. So we wanna run. Okay, let's do that for 1 minute and go. You can go at your own pace. Megan's nursing an injury, so she goes a little slower to start especially. If you guys go faster, feel free. Just gotta keep it up for a minute and you have about 50 seconds left. Notice how her hands are out. She's just making sure she hits her hands every time with her high knees. That's good. Now it looks to me like somebody was teaching a preschool class early and they must have read Goodnight Moon. And for any of you like me, you remember this book, Goodnight Room, Goodnight Red Balloon, Goodnight Moon. Great book. 10 more seconds, guys. And relax. Good job. Whew. Okay, arm circles. We're gonna go forward first. Ready? 30 seconds. We'll stop it halfway and we'll switch it and go in the other direction. Is that your shoulder?
Yeah, both of them.
Your shoulders are cracking. And switch and reverse it. This is kind of good to get the blood flowing. You can also do it like you're rowing or swimming. Might be kind of fun. Mix it up a little bit. Yeah. Swing it back and forth. Switch which arm is on top each time. Notice we spend a fair amount of time warming up our shoulders every day. That's really important because we do a lot of stuff through our shoulders. And if our whole shoulders, and there's a lot of muscles in there, if they're not warmed up, it's really easy to injure those. And you don't want to be out of commission because you did something by not warming up. And I'm really hoping I didn't just get black on my nose. I got black from a pen on my hand, and then I rubbed my nose. I probably have black on my nose, and you guys are gonna laugh at me at home. That's okay. It's not the first time kids have laughed at me. Okay, clap front and back.
I think I was able to do this when we started this.
No, you weren't. Excellent. And the last one we're gonna do, and I don't know if you can do them or not, is booty kickers. You can do that standing in place. You guys might remember we do it warming up, or we do it on the vault, where you're actually gonna run and you're trying to kick your booty each time. So it's just like that, okay? Really get those feet up, trying to kick your booty. As you can see, I wasn't very successful, but I'm not the gymnast, I just teach it. So you guys can do these at home. Keep going. That's a funny looking booty kick right there. Not quite sure what I'd call that. I think I'll call that the angry horse. I don't know why a horse would be angry, but whatever. Okay, now let's go through some stretches, and at the same time, we can review some terminology, okay? We're gonna start with let's start with a straight body position. She's like, seriously, what is that? I don't even know. No, you can do it standing, silly. It's a straight body position. Yay, she did it. And arch. Yeah, you see the arch in her back, yeah. Her hips and everything is driving forward. Now a hollow. Yeah, now you can see she's rounded. She's still centered and tight, but she's rounded through her upper back. That's a, what is that position called? A hollow position. Right, okay, now you're gonna sit down. We're gonna do a pike stretch. I wanna be like the cool kids too. I may not be one, but I can act like one. I have some of my dog hair on me. You guys, that ever happen to you at home? You leave the house and you've got like your pet's hair on you? Ah, that's so annoying. But I love my pets. Can you imagine right now being stuck at home, and if you normally have had a pet and now you don't? That's horrible, and I'm sorry for anybody that might be the case, but we've really been enjoying our pets. Good. Now, here's another variation of the pike stretch. I have this blue mat here because we're in the gym. The gym's big and I don't have any walls close by. So imagine that blue mat is your wall in your living room or wherever you're watching us from. Okay, I want you to put your feet flat against the wall. Knees are flat against the ground. And I'm gonna, oh my goodness. I'm gonna try to touch my toes. And you can grab your leg if you need to and just gently pull yourself down. If you put your head down a little bit, you'll really feel it in your lower thigh and upper calf area, like right behind the knee. Okay, good. And go into a straddle. You can use your wall if you want to help hold one leg. I do believe I need to do this stretch more often, or at all. Yes, for all you characters at home, this is stretching me, believe it or not. I need to do this a lot more often. So this is the one where I would tell you, try to get your chest to the ground. I have a little work to do. This is stretching. It actually hurts.
Like your hamstrings?
Oh, I'm dying right here. Yeah. Save me, seriously. She's totally making fun of me right now. I'm not even sure I appreciate it. And over to your right side. Oh my gosh! For those of you laughing at me right now, I deserve it. Tell you what, before you guys get back in the gym, I'm gonna stretch out a lot more. your left side. Just remember, if you ask your parents to do this at home, they might look something similar to this, so don't make too much fun of me. I'm sure Megan's doing it correctly.
Yeah, that's why I moved so they could see me.
That's why she moved, so they can see her. Seriously. Okay, and reach it out to the middle. Oh, you already did that. Sorry, I was so far upright, I didn't realize we already tried to put our chest on the ground. Okay. Foot over your knee. We're just going to roll our foot out a little bit. Aye. And does the other side, yeah.
It's not wanting to move today.
I did hear that.
It's happening every time.
Okay. Now, we did this last week. You're going to hold above your ankle, not on your ankle. There's a lot of pressure. And you're going to push down on this knee because I want your leg to come up at the same time. So it's not knee first coming up or your foot first, and it's not like way out here. I have 90 degrees, kind of like if you put a book there, that's the same angle that the corner of your book would have, right? I'm going to push down, and then I'm going to gently pull it up. You can kind of see how Megan has it too. Nice and level. It really will hurt back in your hip area. We need those opened up so we can do our exercises today. I'm not even sure, but I think she's gonna like break in half.
It's not even stretching, it just doesn't want to go there.
Push down on your knee. Other side.
It's too immobile. This one.
Oh yeah, I know about immobile.
Yeah, this one feels way different.
Notice also it's right in front of me. It's very easy to kind of like get your leg out to the side. And it's easier to do that, but you're not actually doing anything.
Is that what I was doing?
Yeah, not other leg.
Oh.
Butterfly stretch. Okay, put your feet together. Get them as close to your body as you can. I'm a little more flexible this direction. And we're going to push down gently with your elbows. Really feel that stretch. If you're able to do this and your legs are almost flat on the ground, get your feet closer to your body. That'll make it more difficult. I'm more flexible than Megan in this way.
No, you're not. Look how high your knees are.
Yeah.
They're like this.
Yeah, it's okay. Look where my feet are at.
This knee doesn't go.
Teacher, she's being mean to
See,
me.
look what you made me do.
Yeah, I made her do that.
That hurt.
Okay. Let's shake him out a little bit. Oh my gosh. While your legs are resting, let's roll the wrists out a little bit. Hands together like we're praying, elbows up. Turn our fingers towards our body. Oh my gosh. Uh-huh.
Mine are like,
Yeah, I do this better than Megan.
yeah, that was true.
Yeah, she can't say anything about that one because I've nailed it. Mm-hmm, girl.
I need someone to push on them.
So we're gonna do a Megan stretch. If you're struggling with that, like that one is, we're gonna get on the ground, hands under your shoulders, and they're facing away from you. So notice they're facing straight away from me. I don't have them turned out to the side or anything. And I'm just gonna roll a little bit. Okay, let's get those wrists nice and loosened up. You've been sitting, or maybe you're playing video games or reading a lot. Your wrists can get really stiff, and we want to make sure we loosen those up before you're doing handstands or cartwheels or any of the crazy things you guys try to do at home. What's the most important skill in gymnastics? Please, 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 I want everybody to come back knowing the answer to this.
Plie.
Yeah, make it says a plie. Yeah, no. It's a handstand.
Yeah, the handstand the most important. I don't know why I keep going into these different voices. I don't know either, it's kind of weird. Turn your hands towards you. These have gotten better for me. Oh, my back cracked. You guys find that too? You do different things and the area you're not even working start cramping or hurting or cracking. That's common. Roll it around a little bit if you can. You can see I'm barely moving because I cannot. Okay. And you might have seen Megan doing this a minute ago. Turn your hands under. Don't put all your weight on them. As you can see, I'm not able to, but we're just stretching out the top of the hand. Okay? Put as much pressure as you can take. You'll feel some pain, probably in through here. Good, Megan. So you have more flexibility that way than I do.
This way? Yeah, this way's horrible.
Yeah, I have more this way, but you have more that way. Okay, last stretch, the hurdle stretch, modified. Foot in front of your knee, hands are on our thigh, hips are tilted backwards. So we don't want to be getting into this motion, right? We want to tilt our hips backwards, push down here, and gently, with that same angle, we're going to push our hips slightly forward. Notice I didn't tilt forward. It's keeping them tilted back and then pushing them forward. I'm pushing down here because that activates your muscles. You know when you like flinch and your muscles get tight? That's activating your muscles. And when you push here, you're activating your core and it makes it, you get a much better stretch when you do that than if I was just kind of hanging out here like this. I still feel it. I just get a better stretch when I actually push tall through my core. And let's do the other leg. This foot can be slightly turned out again, remember, so you don't fall over one way or the other. And I actually have this one turned in a little bit just to keep me square. Don't do it too much because you want to keep your hips as square as possible. I'm going to tilt them backwards. And you should only be able to move forward a tiny bit. If you find you're moving forward a lot, you're probably doing this wrong, and go back and rewatch this video because we want our hips, instead of tilted here, notice the arch in my back? We're going to tilt it back so it's flat. My hips now are level, and it really puts a good stretch on my hip flexor. Oh, feels really good. Okay, now stay in that position. We're going to sit back on our ankles. We're just going to kind of roll around a little bit, loosen up those knees. The top of our feet, it's stretching. Remember how we stretch the back of our hands? This is doing the same thing for our feet.
Is that close?
Huh?
Am I close?
You're getting closer. Okay, guys, I know I lied, or I know I said that was the last stretch. I lied. Remember, this is my wall, your guys' kitchen wall, or whatever wall you have at your house. We're going to do a calf stretch. Now, where are our calves? Those aren't the little cows that are out in the field. That's a different type of calf. Our calves, C-A-L-F, are the muscles below our knee and in the back of our leg. So that big muscle you have behind your knee, or behind your leg rather, below your knee, and then the little part down here where it gets really skinny down by your heel, that area is your calf, okay? And we want to stretch that out. If you're running and jumping and doing a bunch of things, riding a bicycle a lot, this gets really tight and it starts pulling on this tendon down here. That's called your, don't worry, there won't be a test on this. That looks painful, Megan. That's called your Achilles heel, okay? Your Achilles tendon. And we want to make sure that these muscles are really stretched. They're not putting any extra pressure on your Achilles tendon there. You'll also notice there's some people that have to wear either these boot thingies on their foot, extra things to help their support in their feet. That's a strength thing, and that's one of the things that we're working on during these classes. It may not look like we're doing a lot of gymnastics, but we're getting your bodies ready so that you can do gymnastics, do it safely, and move forward fast without as much fear of any injury or anything that's gonna take you out of action, okay? So you can see Megan doing the first part of the calf stretch. She's got her back leg straight. Both feet are pointed straight ahead, okay? So we don't want that back foot turned out to the side because that opens up our hips and that's not giving us the stretch we want. So we're both forward, hands on the wall, pushing our hips forward and down, okay? Back leg is straight. You should feel it on the, it's called the gastrocnemius. That's the big muscle in your calf. Once you're done with that, we want to spend like 20 seconds. If you can count to 30, let's say, that'll give you enough time. Then we're going to bend the knee. So as you are in this position, foot is still forward, okay? Now I'm going to kind of slide my hips back a little bit, and I'm going to bend my knee, and I'm driving the knee up, forward, and down, okay? Now I feel it in the soleus muscle, which is the lower part of the calf. Both are equally important to stretch out. Again, it's easier if you hold something like Megan's doing. I'm just demonstrating it for you. Make sure when you're doing this also, notice her heel is flat on the ground. We don't want that heel coming up because again, you're still stretching something, but you're not stretching what we want to stretch when we need to stretch it. Good. Okay, hey, if you guys need to get a quick drink of water or something, we've been at this for about 25 minutes, so if you guys need water, it's hard to believe. We set these classes up for 30 to 35 minutes, and we always say, okay, we'll spend 10 minutes or so going over warm up and stretching. And every day I look up and sure enough, it's 25 minutes gone, and here we are. So we're gonna go a little bit over today. That's okay. You guys can turn it off and come back to it anytime you want. But there's some things that we really need to cover, and one of the most important was our stretching and our warm-up. So that's done. Now we can move on. If you've had some water, now we can get to doing some of our gymnastics. We talked about the pike, we talked about the straddle. We rolled out our wrists and our shoulders. We didn't do the seal stretch, but you guys do that all the time. Rolling the hips, we did the ankles and the wrists and the calf stretches. Now, what is a pull-up? I don't have a bar right here, and the only reason I didn't bring a bar over is because you probably don't have one at home, and I'm trying to do things here that you would have at home. So even though we don't have a bar, there's a couple things that you can work on at your house. What? Did you just roll on that?
Like 4 times.
You can't let her out. Gosh darn it. It's hard to keep her, you know, sane. When I turn around, she's like, seriously, I didn't do anything. I was just sitting here.
I want to watch that.
Okay. Okay. So imagine you're on the bars. What is this position called? Let me back up. That's my wall in my house, in your house, right? That's my makeshift wall that you would have. This would be, if you've watched before, the bottom part's like my couch, right? That's my couch or my soft, cushy chair. Okay, so sorry, somehow the video went off and we had to get it started back up again. So that, remember, is our wall in our house, okay? And you wanna make sure it's safe and it's okay with your parents, your mom, your dad, your grandma, whoever you're with today or whenever you watch this video, that it's okay to do this. If it's okay, if it's safe, in other words, you don't have things around you, sharp coffee table edges or anything like that, you're not next to the fireplace, then you can do this and kind of practice some bar stuff without actually having bars. So if this is the edge of your couch, in other words, the armrest of your couch, you want to be able to stand so it's basically flat on the ground. If you need to put a mat or a book or something under it so you can stand flat and do this, I'd like you to do that, okay? So, does anybody remember what position this is called on bars? Because it's the same way we mount the balance beam, right? And what I'm going to show you is practice for both the bars and the balance beam. Should we have Megan show you? I think it would be fun. Miss Roly-Poly here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you're going to put your hands in front support on your mat. I'm kind of rounded in my back. Remember that hollow position we showed earlier? That's all we're doing, okay? So we're rounded. Then you're gonna take that one leg, remember we kind of lean. So what I'd like you to do first is just kind of walk yourself over. Practice like Megan's showing you. Practice this leaning where I'm staying tight, right? So I'm not just doing this thing, I'm actually leaning over, leaning over, leaning over. Practice that. Let's go all the way down the couch and back, just like this. Okay? And again, I'm just walking along. You're not even supporting yourself. If you have a couch or something high enough that you can support yourself, feel free. That's totally fine. But I want you to practice this leaning, okay? Imagine your hands are on the bar or on the balance beam and you're just leaning. Because when we do this, you're gonna see in a second, this is our leg cut. We go here, we leg cut. Yeah, that was impressive, huh? So she's gonna show you what to do. Now, of course, she's not a gorilla, so you normally wouldn't grab the bar like this.
It's my wrist flexibility. Is that not what I'm doing?
That's perfect. Let's see that again, Megan. It was so amazing. You guys can practice these at home too. And back. So you can see how her leg cut is initiated by this shift. So you can practice that at home, right? We're going the edge of our couch and we just shift, leg cut, arm back down. To leg cut out of it, imagine you're on the bars, okay? Our body is tight. We just kind of lean, pick up that foot, put it right back down. Leg cut. That's something great you could do with your teen kids also. You don't have to have bars to do that, guys, and that's a really important skill to have. If you've got that, and again, if you can get somewhere that you can get your feet off the ground so you're not actually on the ground, I'm going to add one more mat so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay? I just shrunk. So you want to be able to actually hold yourself up a little bit here. Now I'm in front support, and just practice getting yourself up and down a few times. Up and down. Try to do 10 of those. You'll feel that in your wrist, you'll feel it in your lower back and in your core because you're really lifting and pulling your hips up as you go. Pushing down on the bar, or in this case, the edge of our couch, and pushing our hips up as we go. Okay, you want to try one, Megan?
Not bad.
Nice. Now, of course, you've seen the higher level girls, some of our team girls that can do that straight into a press handstand. Okay? You want to show a press handstand just so they can see kind of what the finished product looks like. Now she's doing this off the floor and I just sprung this on her, so she's not warmed up. That's a press handstand. So you can see how going here, pushing up, getting ourselves higher and higher, you'd eventually be able to get into that press handstand, and that's what we want you to be able to do. Perfect. Hey, that's our bar conditioning for the day, guys. Doing the walks across, doing some leg cuts with some shifting, right? Boom, putting our arms back down. That's good exercise. I'm tired. I don't know about you guys. She's not tired because she was rolling around on the mat, you guys. Now we're going to use your wall, okay? Kitchen wall, bathroom wall, hallway wall, I don't care. It's a wall. And for us, it's a blue mat, okay? So we're going to do, first, we want to make sure the wall doesn't fall. So we're going to do a wall sit. Feet are out, so now, I'm okay. Thank you, Megan. You might say I'm a little too heavy for this mat. Okay. Now, if I push her over too, I quit. I'm done. So now, I'm going to go down where I'm almost level here. My feet are directly under my knees, and I'm just going to hold this. If you're really advanced, do it with your hands up. That even helps in basketball and volleyball and everything else, because you're conditioning. You don't play basketball or volleyball with your hands down. You're in a ready position, okay? Not any different in gymnastics. We always land, we're either here, our hands are here, or maybe up tight. We never are just standing there like this, or at least you're not supposed to. So let's do that for about 30 seconds if you can. Do that wall sit, and go. Oh, did it fall?
Just a little.
Okay. Come on back over, Megs. Now, I'm sure your legs are burning. After doing that for about 30 seconds, your legs should start shaking. Boy, say that 5 times fast. Should start shaking. Now, we haven't done these yet, and again, make sure it's okay for you to do these at home. Don't be knocking pictures off the wall or whatever. Yesterday, I shouldn't admit this, I'm out front. I did a lever to show somebody. When I came back down, my foot hit the water spigot, the knob to turn it on. Somehow I turned it on and filled both my shoes with water. At the gym, there's nobody here. Yeah, I felt pretty crazy. So make sure it's safe for you to do it. Okay, what you're gonna do here is put your hands on the ground and you're gonna just slowly push yourself up into a handstand. If you need to get a mat, maybe it's a seat cushion from a couch, a book. Sorry. Something else on the ground that you can put your feet on. There. Okay, so get yourself set up something similar to this. Put your hands on the ground, Megan. And you're gonna start by just getting your hips up over your shoulders. We're not even worried about going into the handstand yet. So our hands are straight ahead, not turned out to the side.
My legs are too
Now just walk your feet up so that your hips get, yeah. So you see how she's getting her hips.
My legs are too short.
Maybe I should have demonstrated.
My legs can reach the floor.
I think the corona is making her go cuckoo.
Do you see what I mean?
I'm so glad I had to demonstrate this. Well, if yours at home looks something like that, you're probably doing it correctly. If she was doing it right, she wasn't doing it very well, but she was technically doing it right. Guys, we don't edit these, so yeah, you're seeing our little bloopers all at the same time. You know, she was a level 8 gymnast, platinum gymnast. I would have thought that she could go into a makeshift handstand, but no! Now we're gonna actually, once you get that, I want you to go into that position and lift just one leg up, okay? We're gonna drive one leg up off the ground. Yeah, good. Now do it fast. Yeah, see how her other leg starts to come up? That's how we train getting into a handstand. Now remember, if there's a wall here, we don't want your foot to go through the wall. And now you know why I said make sure there's no pictures on the wall or anything else. You can also do it up to the edge of a couch if your couch is able to do that. Again, ask your parents. Mom, there's this weird girl on TV that's trying to do this handstand and she's not very good at it.
You tried.
Okay, so first we just walked our feet up, hips over our shoulders. That's number one. Once you do that a few times, let's say 10 times, okay? Then I want you to walk up, hips are over your shoulders, one leg up, back down. Nice and controlled. Do that 10 times. Then on your next attempt, I want you to go faster. And as you do it, it pulls that other leg up, okay? That's the start of your handstand. Now, one more progression step, Megan. Now, the nice thing with doing it on a wall, you actually have an advantage that we don't normally have in the gym, which is the wall won't let your shoulders be closed. Imagine if I was upside down right now with my shoulders closed. That'd look weird. My body would be way out here and it wouldn't look like a handstand. And then you've seen girls or boys that do handstands and they're in a great big arch. That's why their shoulders are closed, so they have to arch in order to get their feet up so they can stand a handstand. You want, when you're in a handstand against the wall, your whole body should be against the wall, not just parts. Sometimes you'll see like their head and their booty and their legs against the wall. Here it's pretty straight. Yep, so you can see right there, she's got a nice straight body position up against that wall. So once you're in this position, Megan, I want you to hold this. So you've just kicked up, boom. Your other leg kind of came and hold that position and step out of it. Yeah, it's tiring. We got to work these muscles, okay? Because we've really been weak on upper body stuff. It's difficult to do some of this stuff at home. This is a great one you can do at home to kind of work yourself out and keep those gymnastics. What's the most important skill in gymnastics? Handstand, exactly. And this is what we're working here. It's very important. So today we worked on front support, leg kicks out with our shifting, okay, our leaning on the bar. In this case, we use the edge of our couch, like the armrest of our couch, okay? I've seen it done on the edge of like the kitchen countertop. You could do it there also. Just ask your parents, okay? I don't want to get any emails that said, I came home and my daughter was doing this on the edge of our bathroom counter or on the edge of the bathtub or wherever. Or she did it on the edge of her desk and the desk flipped over. Don't do those things, please, okay? Make sure you check because we want to ensure that it's safe and whatever you're doing it on can actually support you. Okay, so you just did the handstands. We did all those things. We did some warm-ups. We did some terminology. We're gonna end on just a few exercises that'll finish off our upper body. And that's some some push-up planks, okay? So, do you wanna show it or you want me to? We're gonna be in a push-up position, but your feet are up on that mat, okay? And all you're gonna do is some basic push-ups with your feet elevated. You wanna do that? Sure. Okay, Megan's gonna demonstrate. And I'd like you to do 2 sets of 10 of these. Boom! I'd like to have seen her body a little tighter and straighter, but that's okay. Hey, you guys are doing it. First step is you're sitting here and you're watching these crazy people on your computer. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. It's okay to do what you can. We just want to stay flexible, we want to stay strong, we want to keep you guys excited about the future you have in gymnastics or in other sports. It doesn't matter. You need to stay flexible and you need to stay strong. And did you know that gymnastics is the only sport? Think about this. When you exercise, when you jump when you're a kid, even when you're older, when you're doing stuff and you're impacting, jumping up and down is an impact for your lower body, right? Hitting a ball is an impact for your part of your upper body. That makes your bones denser, makes them harder. We want hard bones, right? It's harder to break that way. You're much healthier when you have strong bones. Gymnastics is the only sport where you get bone density in your lower body because we're jumping and leaping and doing all those things, and your upper body. Because what other sport do you spend at least half the time upside down, right? So you get that bone density throughout your upper body also. So if you think that, hey, in 3 years I want to be playing volleyball or basketball or softball, whatever, it's okay. Use this time now to build our bone density, gain our strength, gain our flexibility. And in our next session, we're going to do some stuff with our eyes closed. Yeah, it'll be kind of fun. Make sure you tune in. NGTC rocks. Stay safe. Enjoy the sunshine. We really, really hope to see you in the gym sometime very soon.